Oh, I gotta switch the thing to say it's Doki Doki. Doki Doki Club. No. Plus. Now to share that I'm live. Okay, live with Outlast. No. That's the last one. The Doki Doki side stories. To end it for real this time. That's because that's the title. And copy that so I can paste it somewhere else. There we go. Oh, not there. Here. Hey James, welcome to the stream. What's up? So, for the like 45 minutes I've been gone, what'd you do? Get something to eat? Because I did. That's what it took me a little bit. And I was watching somebody play Genshin Impact. At everyone. There we go. There's the notification. I think that should be it. Oh man, that was a little too loud. That was my throat being weird. You played Genshin for a bit? Oh, that's nice. You get any further? Alright, I think that's good. I think I'm good. I think I should. Oh, I should probably share it on Facebook also. Here we go. No, please do it right, please. Hey, Mandy, welcome to the stream. What's up? Alright, sharing it on here, share it on Facebook, and there we go. I'd wait for it to load. Hey Aurora, welcome to the stream. What's up? How you doing? I guess I don't have to share it in chat because you're already here. Not much. Ready to enjoy some more Doki Doki? That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear. Doing okay? That's good. So last time I did reflection and the first one, so I could start the second one. A new day arrives. She arrives at the club room earlier than usual. That is, not late. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she sits down at the desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, primed to jot down her thought. Oh, it looks like James is sharing my link to another Discord. I think she said she was gonna make it to where I could do automatically, but it doesn't seem like she did that. Oh well. I wasn't expecting that, but if she did that, that would be nice. Oh well. So she sits down on the desk and pulls out sheet paper primed to jot down her thoughts. Shari has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible. So it tends to. I looked away. I was switching tabs, as it tends to serve as best for inspiration for poetry. Oh, you noticed that, and so I shared it. Ah, that's nice. Shiori? My heart feels vacant because the ship sailed away. Yo. Yeah. Natsuki. Natsuki pokes her head out from behind the closet door. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. But it would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I thought you wanted me listening in on your poetry thing. Yeah. Thanks for realizing that. Yeah, that'd be awkward. I wouldn't want to just be singing. It's kind of loud, isn't it? A little loud. I would hate to be singing and then someone just is like was like right outside my door and like, hey, I'm like, oh god. Because I like to sing sometimes, but not around people. Except on stream. Should I let you finish that then? Oh no, it wasn't. I mean, I just do it whenever it's convenient. You're not interrupting. Where's Monica, by the way? Oh, she's out in the hallway. I don't know why I read that as library. Huh? Why? Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri is too nervous to come into the club room by herself, so... Oh. Geez, does Yuri really let things bother her for that long? She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head. Ah, yeah, that's true. Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while, but as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back. Yeah, if you leave yourself with your thoughts, then your thoughts might not be too friendly. Because I know sometimes it's like that with me. That's why I always need sound when I'm trying to go to sleep. Because my thoughts will be like, oh hey, remember when you did this one thing bad a long time ago? And I'll just be like, oh god, don't bring that back up. You know what I mean? Ink. I just want us to have a normal club meeting. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we all just ignore it and move on. I don't want to be bothered by this. It's so stupid. Her opinion doesn't matter anyway. Her opinion of me doesn't matter anyway. That's the way I said it was so mean. That's why you need to have the right words, otherwise it sounds bad. That's what we was talking about the last stream. Besides, it makes me feel really guilty, and I hate that too. It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak. Let's figure this out together. Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff. Let's try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe that will help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from. Well, I was happy the way things were before we had to have that conversation yesterday. Yeah, about manga. If you don't remember, it was about manga where they was talking like saying what she does, how does she feel about manga, and she said it was immature, and Natsuki was like, oh, so you're calling me immature? And basically. What part of the conversation made you upset? Was it Yuri being mean about the manga? Like I just said. Maybe. I doubt it though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time, but I just brush it off and ignore them. But something about it really got to me this time, and I hate that I'm letting that happen. Is it because it came from Yuri? No, why would that matter? I mean, well, maybe. I hate that she thinks she's so much better than me, just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, that's what it is. At least other people decide that they don't like me, or manga, or whatever. But Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance. Yeah, like she's too mature for it now, like Oh, that's me when I was a kid. It's too immature now. That's basically how Natsuki feels. I'm sorry. Everyone deserves a chance. Yeah, exactly. Would you give Yuri's books a chance? Huh, after this, obviously not. What about before this? Well, I would until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. But if you actually keep an open mind, it's not hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated. I see. But you know, I like Yuri's books. Yeah, but you like manga more, right? Oh my god, you're making her choose! Why are you making her choose? Don't make her choose, that's a horrible thing to do. Suri shakes her head. I like them both. Good answer, Suri. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. That's a good answer. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to just let go with. And the fantasy has a lot to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. But the most important thing is that both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. Yeah, I agree with that. I like complicated build stories that are like hard to figure out sometimes, but not too hard. Too hard and it's a little bit annoying, and I like manga, or not manga, but anime that's easy, just plain and simple. But anime that's deep and complicated, that's like even better. That's like a mix of the two. A mix between Yuri and Suri. Like Madoka Magica. Well, that's, or I don't know, maybe. So, I love them both. And I think that there's room for both of them to be left in the same club together. And I just feel like, maybe they have more in common than you would think. How do you get along with everyone so well? I always get into fights with people. Well, if you gotta keep an open mind and try to take an interest in everything and not be, I don't know. Like first it was with Monica when I was due to the club, and then it was with you, and now it's Yuri. I'm always like, oh, that person is being such a jerk, and if they just realize that, then we could just at least get along. But nobody else has this problem. I just keep running away from the reality that everyone's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. That's not true. And I don't know why, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it. Natsuki. Sora puts a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulders. You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways of they like to communicate, you know? And sometimes it makes it harder for us to understand each other. That's true. Yeah, aw. Sometimes we get lucky and we make friends who are really good at the same kinds of communication, and it feels like you magically connect with them. Yeah, I feel like that's how we are, James and Amanda. We, like, connected so easily. We're, like, very similar, very easy to get along with, very chill, don't take offense to things easily. But other times, even if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other or get their communication wrong. True. It's something that Yuri struggles with a lot too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot like reflection and self-awareness. Yep. And vulnerability. I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability. I always have to be the strongest. Buffsky. What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you. Well, it sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, and I guess my dad, when I don't get good grades, or even stupid things if my room isn't clean. So what am I gonna do? Cry about it? If I let myself get upset, then I'm just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So, things always have to be everyone else's fault. It feels like if something goes wrong, and if there's a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I just get really angry, and I find ways to blame everything else instead. You know, I know someone like that. Anytime they feel that they're at fault, they'll like get angry, like no, and they'll just make excuses for like it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because of you, it's because of. I'm not gonna say who I'm talking about because I don't want to call someone out. It's someone close to me that I know in person. That's obviously not one of you guys. Not one of you guys at all, for sure. Do you see yourself as better than Yuri? If I said that, that would just sound really full of myself. No, our thoughts and feelings are two different things. Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about themselves. That's a part of vulnerability, you know? Accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. I hate that. My feelings make me a bad person. Because my feelings just want me to tell me that I'm so much better than her. That she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase and that I'm just way above that garbage. She's in her edgy phase. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's so true. But I'm terrible for feeling that way. You're not terrible. You got him. You are not your feelings. But you are not your feelings. Say that to yourself, out loud. Fine. I am not my feelings. The way I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house, and you gotta see each other every day. And even if you can ignore each other most of the time, you're gonna run into each other every now and then, and it's gonna make you feel like poop. So the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other, and maybe even help each other change for the better. Does that help you understand? Not really. How do you know so much about this stuff? So it's like I feel like what she's basically saying is that you feel a certain way, but you don't want to feel a certain way. Like your opinion, like deep down you feel that way, but you don't want to feel that way. You feel like that opinion of yours is like makes you a bad person. I can relate to that. There's some things I don't like, and I don't know why I don't like them. I just don't like them. So, yeah. I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. She means in her mind. Called depression. Oh, wow. Just got real. Depression? But you're like the happiest person I know. Usually those are the most depressed people. Not always, but I mean, look at famous people. I am not my feelings. Aw. I want to be a good person like you. Aw, you little sweetheart. We're all good people. You and Yuri and Monica. And I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you. Natsuki remained silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Yuri's kind reassurance, a complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside her. Oh jeez. Was it a result of her vulnerability? No, it wasn't as though she was inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable. It was as though she was beginning to rediscover an old wound, one that could not simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. Yuri? What are you doing all the way out over here? I was looking for you. I feel like this is the part we walked in on when we was watching Luna, because I remember this background. Please don't yell at me. Oh, I'm not gonna yell at you. I just want to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair to put for me to put everyone on the spot like that. Yeah, it kinda was. Next time I won't just try and jump in and solve everyone's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine. You sure next time you won't do that? What about the main game? You did that in the main game. Well, except you solved your problems, not theirs. And their problems ended by them. Or that's the sound of them biting the dust. You're not mad at me? I thought you were the one mad at me. I was so awful yesterday. Yuri curls up, recalling the details of the argument. I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset. Hold on, that's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay? Yuri pauses for a second and manages a nod. Monica takes a seat next to her on the staircase. I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns and I can't get away from them. What kind of negative thought patterns? Like everyone hates me. Especially Natsuki. Aw, that's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you. How do you know? Well, because... Monica thinks back to the time that she herself found herself in an altercation with Natsuki. And now a display of maturity from Monica was not enough for to reevaluate her own feelings as well. I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But you know, she's really not a bad person. In fact, I think she could be really thoughtful and considerate. She just, well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it. That's true. Oh. But that means the burden is on me. And I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, I just... Yuri shakes her head at herself and tugs on her hair. It's okay, Yuri. You don't need to beat yourself up. I think anyone would like you if they had the chance to get to know you. I'm like getting confused with the voices a little bit. Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. You know, that's exactly how Natsuki felt. She didn't like people talking about her behind her back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said she found it more respectable when people speak their mind. So I did, and then she hated me anyway. True, she did kind of bring it on herself. That was enough to confirm my fears. But Sayori and I like you, and we've got to know you a bit by now, right? Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Ooh, music change. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki? I don't think about her. That's not what I meant, really. I just... I was just wondering if you had an opinion of her. I mean, of course everyone has an opinion of somebody. Like, my opinion of James is that he's a cool but very weird, sometimes perverted, person. Mandy, she's a sweet and adorable and wholesome girl who always loves to cheer people up. And Aurora, she's a person who goes with similar health issues as me, and she's nice and very supportive, just like Mandy and James both are. And 6 is just, sometimes creepy, but is cool, and likes to make up little roleplay things with her and other accounts, and it's funny. And I love it. About all of you. I do. You do what? What is it? 6 exists in a league of her own. Yeah. And that's about accurate. probably she's not here. Or maybe she is, she's just lurking or trying to figure out a new thing to come up with, a new little story. Because she can't really, unlike with YouTube, she doesn't usually have like Pennywise join the chat. She does that on YouTube, not, I know she hasn't done it on Twitch. You're welcome, Mandy. Anyways, Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed about it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person, and that's why. So for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior, despite my taste, and there she is. Hey Six, welcome to the stream. Not sure if you just got here or if you've been lurking the whole time, but I was just saying talking about how my opinion of all of you, how you like to, or like how you do little roleplay things with the characters and alt accounts. And the fact that you come in right there, that's like, oh. A little angel, that's cute. Yeah, that's just the worst kind of insult, coming from someone like her. What do you mean, someone like her? And it just makes you think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again. And my feelings about her are wrong. Well, I guess you're right, but... And I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential. No, Yuri. Feelings are never wrong. Well, they're not right. That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong, you know? I mean, there can be exceptions if you feel like things that are like crimes. Feel like things that, yeah. They're just like, they're a state of being that we don't always have control over. But that doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I first started this club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things. Or we can, you know, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better, which is basically what Shiori said to Natsuki. I could never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. I know, right? It's about how you handle them. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. Exactly. I love how Monica is like so like good at giving advice and stuff, and very supportive, and actually and not creepy at all now. And not messing with things, not messing with people's feelings, not being creepy, not breaking the fourth wall. In fact, she hasn't broken the fourth wall once here. Yuri wears a dejected expression. You make it sound so easy. You're so mature, and so good with people. I don't know about that. Monica had trouble diffusing some things, but she's good with people one-on-one. I'm the... Anyways, I feel like such a child in comparison. Oh, Yuri, I'm far from perfect. But these are learned skills. They didn't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to, like, reflect on yourself or separate your feelings from your thoughts. I just want to be a good person. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far. And that's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her. Communicate what? How I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of the things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me. Exactly. You both do the same thing. Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone is just a defense mechanism. We're just people. Okay, now tell that to Natsuki. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of getting in the way. I can't stand it when the peace is disturbed like this. Yeah, I hate it when the peace gets disturbed. I feel all awkward and anxious and like, oh god. Like, especially when I had to, like, the guy was like, one dude on YouTube, he was like, spamming random stuff. I'm like, okay, you gotta cut it out. Bye-bye, get out of here. That's the first time I've, like, had to, like, time someone out or like ban them or hide them from the channel, which is what. Like, bots is one thing, but like. But it was dealt with easily. That's why I don't That's why I don't really do much in that Zelda group, because lately I've been more anxious in dealing with problems. Like, it used to be fine for me, but now it's like my anxiety's like gotten the better of me, so I don't get in between conflicts anymore. Yeah, you can't focus on your reading when the piece is disturbed, right? Exactly, because the literature club should be happy for everyone. Yeah. Monica looks at Yuri in adoration. I feel like Yuri must be rubbing off on me, because I really want to hug you now. Aww. Yeah, you agree? With what? Sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I really wouldn't mind, so... Monica pulls Yuri to a short embrace. You're so gentle. And I love when you communicate your feelings. That's hard to get in between conflict. Yeah. Yeah, it is hard. Especially for someone like you always try to be sweet and you don't like being harsh on people. I'm not good at that either? Yeah. Yeah, that's why... I know she was like hardly ever active. It's I can imagine that's why you're not good at conflict. But you're a mod now, so... But it's fine. Nothing bad happens here. But hopefully we can handle things if I get more followers and bigger, and then there's problems that arise. But hopefully nothing happens. I think we'll grow as the channel grows. We'll learn how to handle it as the channel grows. Assuming that happens. If it's just the few of us, I'm fine with that also. Unless I start losing people, then I'm like, oh no. Yeah. I feel lucky to get to see that side of you. And I'm sure Natsuki will too. Yeah, say exactly what you just said to Monica to Natsuki. I'm going to write her a letter. Oh, a letter? What a great idea. Now, that's a better way to convey your thoughts without having to directly approach them. But some people might find that insulting, that you can't say it, but sometimes written it out is better than trying to put it into words. Even though Yuri just did it to Monica, but coming with the person in question is a little bit hard. That's why that's one reason I was fine with like solving conflict online. Okay, now the music's kind of quiet and I'm a bit loud. Whoops. The music was really loud earlier. No, I'll put it here. Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. Exactly what I was saying. That's why I always let my feelings get the best of me, and I forget to say all the important things, and I say things I don't mean. Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate. Yuri's face hardens with determination. Yeah, it's a little bit low. I think it's because the soundtrack. This soundtrack's a little bit more quiet. But I don't like how it's just mostly my voice. Yuri's face hardens with determination, because I like music. People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you and Sayori. My personality just isn't suited for that. And I wouldn't want it to be. But something I've learned is that friendships don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance, I would never see myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposite in a lot of ways. But I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me so that we can get along. I think it was the same way with you. You both give me a lot of time and patience. And I wonder if she feels the same way. Natsuki? Yuri nods. I always thought if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. There's a type of person or magical formula that I have to follow in order to make someone like me. And that's just like me to think that, always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand with other people. Yeah, I can see that. I'm always myself though, but when I'm around people in real life, I feel like I have to be a certain way also. Mainly around random people. Yuri shakes her head. Friendships happen when you think about the other person, when you offer time and effort to understand them, and respect them, and trust that they also want to be a good person. That's what I've learned through my observations in the literature club. Observations? Monika's caught by surprise. Yuri's always kept to herself so much that it's unusual to hear her suddenly talking about the club like this. But Yuri gently smiles to herself. You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Sayori too. And it makes me happy, because I learn a lot of things. That's so sweet. I had no idea I'd meant that much to you. Monika never thought much of it, but in the past week, Yuri's always seemed to be especially attentive when it came to the problems and concerns of others. You know, I like how, I'm pretty sure this was the scene we came in on watching Luna. Maybe this is just a different scene with the same background, but I don't remember any of this, so I was half paying attention, so I guess that's good. Anyways, I always wanted to listen and learn about her friends in the club. It's true, Sayori and Monika are naturally more comfortable with other people, and can more easily work through situations of conflict. But that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and the capacity to improve. And the first step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. It's something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monika can recognize as an incredible trait. Yeah, I agree. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored. No, I don't think this is that scene that I was thinking of. Because there was a cute picture. There was a cute picture between them here, so maybe that's the other one. Anyway, a very shy girl with long, pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways, her fist pressed into her collarbone. When she finds the literature club president's classroom, she stands at the door, glancing all around her before peering inside. Monika is sitting and chatting with a bunch of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected, this is a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monika glances towards the door, making the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she can... Is the girl... Why is it... Is it Yuri? Why is it talking in, like, third person, or not third person, but... acting like she's not calling Yuri by name. Yuri? What a surprise to see you during lunch. I hate when, like, series do that. Like, they talk as a person, like, not by name. They try to make us try to figure out who it is when it's obvious who it is. Like, Re:Zero, the web novel, it does that so much, and it's so annoying. Like, who the heck is it talking about? Because it doesn't give context beforehand. And then, but sometimes it's obvious, and I'm like, why is it doing that if it's obvious? I don't like it. Let's talk about who you're talking about. That's what I do when I write. What the? I swear I just heard a knock. Weird. Is that in the game? But it didn't sound like it was in the game. Yuri, what a surprise to see you during lunch. Rant? No, I'm not trying to rant. I'm just saying... I mean, I love Re:Zero, of course, but... That's why, yeah. That's why I like my series. I made the web novel better. With my characters in it. Yeah. with us starting in a new world from zero with Subaru. Yuri squeaks in response. Please help me. What? Is everything alright? Yuri shakes her head. I don't know how to write letters. Thank goodness. I thought there was some kind of emergency. Wow. Monica briefly glanced over her shoulder at her other friends. Do you want some help? We could find an empty classroom or something. Is that okay? I feel bad taking away from your friends. It's totally fine. I promise. We weren't doing anything. One sec. Monica trots back in the classroom, says something like, I gotta go, to her friends, then grabs a pen off her desk before returning to Yuri. Okay, let's find somewhere quiet. Wait, if we go back to the stairs, maybe this is the scene. Yuri nods and follows Monica as the two of them set off. How are you today? Huh? Me? Well, yes. Oh gosh, sorry. I was just caught off guard. I'm doing well today, just tired. I never seem to get enough sleep during the week. How come? Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just easily distracted. I really get sucked into things and start neglecting the time. Same. I'm always like watching a stream or streaming myself like really late. But last night I went to bed like pretty early. I went to sleep around like 1. Because my head was hurting, so I'm like, yeah, time to go to sleep. So hopefully it doesn't happen tonight. But I feel fine, so that's, yeah. Yep. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just easily distracted. Me too. I do that all the time. I already read Monica's message, comment, line. Me too. I do that too. I just read that. Hey, this classroom is empty. Let's go in here. After peering inside, Monica opens the classroom door and the two of them enter. Yeah, that is good. Feeling great is awesome. Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. She watches as Monica pulls 2 chairs up in the same place. Hey, wait, this is the classroom I'm in as the main character. In the base of Monica, she beckons to her to take a seat. I gotta change position. She stares down at the empty desk. You nervous? I don't want to do this. We don't have to. We can come up with something else. Yuri shakes her head. It's my chance to do something good. Yeah. I need to take initiative. Gosh, you must be really determined. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. Same. I'll be sure to encourage you. Like, Strayman is out of my comfort zone. I don't normally... Before I started streaming, I was like not used to talking to people live. But I'm good with it now. Mary pushes through her anxiety, at least for a few people, and grabs a handful of lined paper from her notebook. Then she picks up her pen. Aww. This isn't the picture I thought it was gonna be. But, oh well. Maybe I'm thinking of another one. Hey, you're left-handed, that's neat. Wait, I think I do remember this. Ah. Yeah. Now I don't have to worry about bumping into your arm. Monica rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. Sorry, I'm just being silly, I guess. Anyway, how about we start by listening to different things you want to say to her? Yuri thinks. I feel embarrassed all of a sudden. It's okay. How about some of the things you just said to me yesterday? But... never mind, I guess I'll try. Yuri thinks for a moment longer, her tension evident. Then she writes the word reflection. This is about my reflection on our behavior. The key question as to why we act like this towards each other, but have been unable to be separately be friends with Yuri and Monica. But have been able. I think I said unable. That's me! Yes, it is. So, Yuri thinks, I've been able to befriend the two of you because you've taken this time to understand my needs and respect my interests. The same goes for Natsuki too. We started off as pretty hostile to each other because I was so worried about getting what I wanted, but she just wanted to be respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same. I want to do that too. So what kind of things do you want to do for her? I want want to do the same things for her that I like to receive. I like it when people respond positively to the things I talk about, and not just brush me off. I like it when my feelings are taken seriously. And I like it when you ensure a trust that I want to be a good person, even when I'm not doing a good job at it. I know, right? Let's write those things down. Okay. Yuri writes some things down. I think the most important thing to remember here is that Natsuki is feeling vulnerable, so we should make sure that the letter puts her first. It's hard when you're feeling hurt, but it never helps to just tell someone all the things that they're doing wrong. I think first you have to make sure that they know you're ready to respect them and listen to them, and admit to things that you feel you could do better. Then finally, you ask what you would like in return. How does that sound for the structure? It could be 3 paragraphs, 1 for each of one of those points. Wow, Monica, you sound like a teacher. My teachers will always like, make paragraphs, a bunch of paragraphs. I'm like, I'm terrible with paragraphs. It's not about something I don't care about. Although on stream I can like speak paragraphs and paragraphs of things and just rant. I can't put, and I can do it on Facebook too. I can rant about whatever I want because it's of what I'm, something that I feel or I relate to. But in school, I'm just like, I can't relate to this at all. It was just always hard for me back then. That was what she already said. I like that. My thoughts were so disorganized, I had no idea how to come up with any kind of structure. You're so amazing at these things. Oh, stop. You've done so much more than I have, you know? You agree, Mandy? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you would actually be good at it, like English class. I don't think you would fail it like I did. Cause I failed English a lot. Yep, rants are good. Unfortunately, people have a bad habit of holding them against you even when you are right. I know, right? So my mom's kind of that way. Though me and my mom, she always understands eventually. Yeah, we always have a good understanding with each other. He's bad at that also. Yeah. It's mainly when she drinks too much that she has trouble understanding and always tries to blame things on others and doesn't like to admit fault like Natsuki does. You spend so much time reflecting and being open-minded. That's the hardest thing for anyone to do. You did pass it, but it was hard. Ah. All I'm doing is helping you put it on a piece of paper. So I think you're the amazing one. Monica gives Yuri's hand a quick squeeze. As she lets go, she's caught surprised when Yuri curls a finger to hook Monica's hands in place. For a while they sit like this in silence, save for the occasional scratching of Yuri's pen against the paper. Yesterday, you told me something that I'm thinking about a lot. What was that? The thing about how feelings aren't right or wrong, and that they're just a state of being that we need to come to terms with. It made me think about how a person's behavior isn't just always how they decide to be. It's also made up of their past experience and their insecurities. I think that helps me see other people as actual people rather than insignificant side characters who are about to get me somehow. Significant side characters. Yeah, Natsuki's not an insignificant side character. She's a main character. One of the 4 main characters. Her friends are the insignificant side characters who are out to get. Yeah. Is that how you feel about Natsuki? Yuri nods. But in reality, everyone is always trying their best, and everyone wants to be happy. Yep. Everybody wants to be happy. I was just referencing something. Everybody wants to be Poppy. By Poppy. Monica peers over at Yuri's paper, but to her surprise, Yuri pulls it in closer, partially covering it with her arm. I'd love to be able to read it out. Read it to help out, you know. Uh, it's okay. My thoughts are a lot more organized now after being able to talk with you about it. Now that I'm actually putting it on paper, I realize I'd really prefer others not to read it. Mira laughed softly to herself, a rare expression. I'm kinda glad to hear that, actually. I somehow keep finding ways to butt in this whole thing. I've done enough damage. Hahaha. Yeah. But it's also so wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were really smart, but... Yuri smiles. I will always be terrible at these things. People are just so incomprehensible to me. I'll never get the hang of being one. But listening to you has really helped me make sense of some things. So, don't call it damage, please. I think Yuri said that last time, but I read it as Monica's voice. Maybe. Monica gives Yuri a gentle smile. I can't believe I came to this club looking for fantasy geeks, and all I got was real friends who value me. Is that a joke? I actually remember that line. Of course it is. I still can't tell with you. Yeah, I definitely remember this from Luna Stream. I like half paid attention. I think I was playing Genshin at the time. I don't remember what I was doing in Genshin, but I was definitely probably grinding some commissions or something. I still can't tell with you. Sorry. You remember that also? No, I love it. Please never change. As you wish. Yuri glances at the clock. We're almost out of time. Will you be able to finish? Before the end of the day, probably. But I don't want to have to come to the club the same day that Natsuki reads it. I'm too shy. I could give it to her instead, if you'd like. Yuri nods. As long as you promise not to read it. Of course, I promise. Thank you. Yuri exhales and the two stand up. I'll message you when it's ready. Monica nods. Good luck. I'm here if you need me. Yuri turns a nod and the two depart. Is that the end of reflection? It is. Nice. With that, I'm gonna go pour me some Pedialyte. BRB. You know, sometimes I think about what it would be like if I didn't mute when I go do things. You might hear me and my cat meowing in the background. My cat, every time I go in the kitchen, he just meows at me, and I meow back because he wants my attention. He wants to like. He sits on the table so he can climb against him and like boot my nose. It's adorable. But you would hear if I got up, you would like hear it would kind of be loud. Me getting off the bed, like you can hear it very well when I just like move around. I'm laying on a cot, but yeah. But it's comfortable. It keeps me from rolling my head downwards because that affects my acid reflux. Let's go to the next side story. Self-love. Natsuki and Yuri. In the side story, yep. Yeah, it is sweet and adorable. Cots can be definitely creaky, especially this one. So cute, I know, right? I love that emote. It's so adorable. Isn't that the cat from Sailor Moon, actually? Because I know that one of Luna's emotes is Sailor Moon, so I feel like that's the cat from Sailor Moon. I forgot the name. I know it's not Salem, because that's Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So I don't know the name of the one from Sailor Moon. I haven't watched Sailor Moon since I was a kid. Luna. Its name is Luna. No wonder Luna has that as her emote, because her name is Luna also. That's adorable. Are you sure? Because that's actually hilarious. There's a white cat from Sailor Moon also named Artemis. Artemis. I don't know why, but that name actually sounds familiar. I guess the emote does say Luna SC6 Luna. Yes, that the other Luna must be talking about Luna the cat. I wondered why there was two Lunas in the emote name. That's adorable. I should really watch Sailor Moon again sometime. When I was younger, I liked it, but I didn't watch that much of it. In fact, I think I only watched it because I have a VHS of it. I've probably only seen that. I've probably not seen anything else of the anime besides maybe a few episodes, or maybe that's just one. If that's just one, I don't know. Because I have the VHS just in the other room in the hallway. Anyways, it's only been one day since Yuri's letter was delivered to Natsuki with Monika's help. Wow. Because Yuri chose not to attend the club meeting that day, she and Natsuki haven't faced each other since. Although it's only lunchtime, Yuri finds herself anxiously counting the hours until she will need to face the outcome of her efforts, whether good or bad. And because of the passing by of the students was making her feel even more anxious, Yuri picked out the most secluded spot she could to find to spend her lunch. Oh. Back at this area. I think I remember one of the schools I went to, they had like a vending machine like by a staircase. I didn't like that school though. That's not a good memory. Because the staircase is under maintenance, no student would have any reason for coming here. It's such a relaxing feeling to have a moment of solitude in the middle of a frantic school day. What are you doing here? I just... Yuri grips her book with enough force to wrinkle the pages beneath the pressure of her thumbs. Well, what are you doing here? I just came to get a drink from the vending machine. The other one is out of the drink I'd like. Yuri notices Natsuki fidgeting with a few coins between her fingers. She nods, avoiding eye contact. Natsuki, also looking away, shuffles over to the vending machine. It's so quiet that every one of her movements seems to reverberate through the entire stairwell. Kind of like how every movement that I do reverberates in this room. Like, that's pretty loud. Like, that's just me tapping my laptop. And this, that's me touching the TV. It's so quiet. After too long, she finally realizes receives her beverage, she realizes it. Which she then fidgets with in place of the coins. It's some kind of iced tea. But instead of leaving right away, Natsuki just stands in place. She glances all around her. It's like way too quiet here. It's creepy. I mean, that's not what I meant. I mean, it's totally cool that it's your thing or whatever. Like, I can see how it suits you, so... Not because I think you're a creep or anything. I didn't mean that either. You know, I'm just gonna stop talking. That seems like a good idea. I know, right? I know that feel like, oh god, I'm saying the wrong things. Oh god, I'll just shut up. It's okay. Everything is okay. Yuri finds herself attempting some words of comfort after hearing Natsuki stammer herself into dejection. Seemingly in response, Natsuki approaches the base of the staircase and hesitantly sits herself down near Yuri. Well, I could leave if you want. Yuri shakes her head. Maybe this is the scene that I was thinking of, with the sitting on the staircase. I thought it was with Monica. Natsuki twists the caps off her drink and takes a sip. Despite receiving Yuri's general permission, Natsuki doesn't say anything more. Yuri continues to read, or at least pretends to. And the two just sit there for a long time. The tension seems to fade a little bit as time passes. Even without any words, it seems to mean at least something, though it's not clear that what that may be. Lunch ends more quickly than expected. Natsuki is the first to stand up with her empty drink bottle. Are you coming today? To the club? Yuri nods. I'm sorry for being so awkward. I'm really bad at talking about this stuff. I just can't, for some reason. I don't know why. But I want to, eventually. There is no rush. I promise. Thanks. It's the next day. Natsuki appears from around the corner and steps up to the vending machine. Glancing at Yuri, she does so. Oh, they're gonna keep coming here for lunch now? That's nice. I always love sitting by my friends at lunch. Though we couldn't just walk around for lunch. We all had to go to the lunchroom. Imagine being able to just walk freely around for lunch. I mean, maybe you could, but people just didn't. I don't know. But I don't remember that being the thing. What about you, James? Did they do that when you was in school? I know we went to the same school, just different times. What about you, Aurora? Did they have, like, lunches where you can leave the lunchroom? Because that must be nice. I'm pretty sure it's in Japan they probably do it. I feel like, because they do it in anime. But, I mean, anime is not always a good representation of Japan, but... Nope, he was in the cafeteria always. Okay. Maybe you was. I'd sneak into the senior lounge and eat with my friends who were a little older. Speaking of sneaking and eating with friends of a different grade, our school, what they did is they had, I think they usually had freshmen with juniors at lunch, and then sophomores with seniors. I think though, or they switched with like sophomores and juniors and freshmen and seniors. The year with freshmen with seniors, I would the first 2 years I'd eat in classroom with my classmates. I see. I would like eat my lunch in my normal lunch period, and then when it was time to go to study hall, I would walk down the hall, find my friends coming to lunch, walk with them back to the lunch, and sit with them in lunch also. Especially because it was a girl I like in that class, in that lunch, and I wanted to sit by her. I was basically but I didn't go to the like area to get the lunch, so I didn't usually eat for the second part. Sometimes it did, though, I think. I was a little deviant back then. A little deviant. Haha. Did try to become human. Yeah, it was mainly because for a girl I like, which wasn't a really good idea. it took like half of a semester, like a whole semester, and then after the semester, I think, or maybe at the end of the semester, for them to actually realize it. I got away with it for way too long. But, yep. And there was also times where I just left. There was one time where I just left school during lunch. That was a really bad idea, especially because it was during finals. I thought, oh, I'm passing this class. There's no way I could fail. You don't show up to finals, you fail. The whole class. that was dumb of me. I mean, it was fine because I actually passed that class the year before. They just put me in the wrong class. It's because I did pass the second semester of it, but I did pass the first semester. That was algebra. Yep, that was funny. And yeah, it was very hilarious. The thing about me going to the lunch. Today, she seems to be holding kind of some of the book as well. Oh, you're here again. Well, I just came here to read this, because there aren't any people around here. Oh? I thought you didn't like how quiet it was. Oh, now the audio is a bit loud. Okay, there we go. I think. Let me hear myself, please. Okay, I think it's good. Well, I don't, but there's no people here. I see. Natsuki sits down. The mood feels much different today than it did yesterday. After yesterday's lunch and the club meeting that followed, Natsuki and Yuri are beginning to feel more relaxed around each other again. That's good. Although Yuri's letter still lingered in the back of Natsuki's mind. I wish I knew what it said. But oh well. She continues to detour around it. But it's okay that I'm here? Yeah, I don't care. I mostly just don't feel like dealing with the crap I get from my friends about it. Especially since, like, they all just assumed I stopped reading manga after I joined the literature club. Not that I'm trying to hide it from them exactly. Sure sounds like that's what you're doing, Natsuki. But with just bits of people like that, I would do that also. But I just don't want it to come up again now after I've waited so long for this new volume to come out. Literally months at this point. That's why I feel like waiting for the new ReZero web novel to come out. It's like taking forever. It's like the end of May when it last came out. I'm like, I thought 2 months. Like I check on it often and it still hasn't come up with anything. You don't have other friends who are into manga? Not unless online friends count. And Sayori. But that's different because she's not exactly into it. She just likes it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Honestly, you're lucky that the books you're into at least look like books, so you don't have to feel like everyone is constantly judging you by what you're reading. That would be so awful. Especially since I already hate attention so much. Well, it's a good thing I have thick skin, I guess. Are you sure about that, Natsuki? By the way, I would totally recommend finding some friends online if you haven't already. If you're like me and have no one to share your hobbies with. Aww. Oh, I have online friends. I remember this part also, watching on someone on Luna's stream. Since middle school, actually. I was especially desperate back then. It's somewhat embarrassing to reminisce about those days. I feel like most of my friends are just online friends now. Like, even the ones I know personally. Like, I only talk to them online now. Like, even James and Mandy. Except recently I saw Mandy. It's somewhat embarrassing, yeah. Sometimes I feel like the me from a few years ago would have benefited from a good smack across the face. Oh, whatever. We were all just stupid kids back then anyway. Some of the fanfics I wrote, thank God I used a pseudonym. Can you please work, please? How did I still not type it right? What? A fictitious name except for one voice. Ah, I see. Well, that's I don't do that. I didn't do that. But I don't regret anything that I did. Only because it's recent and not something I did as a kid when I was younger. And it's nothing weird though. Usually. But I liked it at the time. I got a lot of fulfillment out of it. I mean, the worst it is some awkward situations. And plus I can look back and say with confidence I've become a better person since then. So I don't think that would change anything. That I would change anything. I wonder if a few years from now, we'll think the same thing about our current selves. Probably. That doesn't make you uncomfortable? No, of course not. I don't care what other people think of me. Especially someone who doesn't even exist yet. Yeah, I know, right? Why would I care about what the future me thinks? If what I do now is cringe, that's a problem for future me. You know what I mean? And we was talking about that on Luna Stream. I was commenting about that. Like many years ago, I feel like I did a lot of dumb things, and I definitely regret it. And then years after, I was like, man, what I did back then was pretty bad. And now, or like sometime after then, I'm like, wait, back then what I did was pretty bad too. Even with like videos that I do, I'm like, I thought my videos at the time were so good and better than the others. I'm like, no, wait, no, they weren't. And like I'm now like, no. And James was like saying how he felt like he was real cringe before, like even cringier than he still is. Sorry to call you out, James, but you said that. And Mandy also agreed that she doesn't that she was different before, but she's always trying to be better. Anyways, no. Oh, yeah, we always try to be better people. Yep. Okay, like I said. No, of course not. I don't care what other people think of me. Yeah. Alright, here. Natsuki raises her hand to her face and forcefully slaps her own cheek. Yeah, me too. I almost knocked my headphones off. I like barely tapped myself. That's me from the future coming in terms with me right now. Also, ow, I didn't mean to do it that hard. I was gonna hit myself pretty hard. That would, like, reverberate through the whole room. It would echo. Yuri doesn't seem to react. But then, to Natsu's surprise, Yuri shyly looks the other way before lifting her arm and doing the same thing to herself, loudly smacking her cheek. She turns red and stares into her lap. I was able to hide a smile as though it was a really funny joke. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't know you had it in you. So a creepypasta, that's pretty much what I was about to say by accident. A creepypasta character got a mod for Friday Night Funkin'. Oh yeah, which one? I probably won't know him. If it's not like Slenderman or like one of the older ones, I wouldn't know who it is. But which one? I really need to play Friday Night Funkin' and try to mod it. Get the mods for it. I want to... Not on stream, because I can't do it on my laptop. Maybe I could record it. For YouTube. I don't. I don't even know why I did that. Maybe I thought it would be funny. Ah, yeah, I know that one. I heard of him. I don't know much about him. I just heard of him. I was more of a fan of the Slender creepypasta, and I guess I know about the Ben Drowned one. I wasn't that into it, but yeah. I mean, it was interesting for a while. More like it was funny trying to meme it. Like, oh god. But I didn't think it was scary. I thought it was dumb. Maybe I thought it would be funny. Sorry, I keep distracting you. You said you were looking forward to reading, but I keep going on about all this nonsense. I'll let you get to your reading. Oh, right. Oh, by the way, don't think anyone talking is getting distracting me from reading. I love talking to you guys, so don't feel free to say anything you want. Okay. Within reason, of course. Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. The conversation ends quickly, and Natsuki opens her book. Interesting. The two read silently for the remainder of the lunch hour. But the whole time, Yuri feels distracted by a twist of regret over having abruptly forced into their conversation. You're back. Yeah, I'm here to lay low again. Another day's passed and they're back here again. That's nice. You'd love to see a Slender in Friday Night Funkin'? Well, maybe he already is. Is he already in there, 6? Because I know Monica is. I saw... At least because I saw a picture of it. Or a video of it. Or at least of the song. And another day has passed. During lunchtime, Natsuki finds herself having wandered to the stairwell once more. Hey, did you buy that? Natsuki quickly notices a bottle for iced tea on the staircase where she normally sits. Yuri nods, avoiding the eye contact. She decided to admit that she bought that for her. What? Like, for me? But you didn't know I was coming here today. What if I didn't show up? Well... I would have drank it myself, I guess. It was a stupid thing to do. That's something like I would do. If girls coming to sit with me, I would probably buy her something. It was always nice when I would buy stuff for girls or they'd ask me. I'm like, sure, I could do that. Especially when it's only a couple quarters, I could spare that. It was really sweet. I think I talked about that with James in Yacha's chat once. Said I would do that for him too. And Mandy, I would also do it for you, of course. I would love to buy you a drink. I'd buy you a drink. You know that one hip-hop song? I forgot. I'm pretty sure it's probably by T-Pain or something. No, it wasn't stupid. I just thought... Never mind. You remember that? Yeah. What I meant to say is thank you. And that's a really nice gesture. It sounds nice. It is nice. It's okay if you don't feel that way. I do. It was the other thing that I didn't mean. I swear, please believe me. He pauses, then nods. Talking is hard. I get it wrong a lot too, so I believe you. Aww. Natsuki exhales in relief. She then sits down next to Yuri and takes a drink. Knowing Yuri, she was probably overthinking it so much that Natsuki's tepid response filled her with self-doubt. I've never seen that word before. Tepid. I'll do something nice for you next time. Please, don't feel obligated. I want to. I want to do nice things too. Okay. Thank you. You can take me after I figure out how to do something nice. I'll do it then too. Natsuki sighs. Nothing. It just reminds me how I haven't been getting along with my friends lately. Is that why you've been coming here? Well, no, not exactly. I haven't been avoiding them on purpose or anything. It sure seems like it. There are just other things I'd rather be doing during lunch today, lately. I like being around them when they're all just having fun, but they also just can't take anything seriously. So when I'm, I don't know, feeling serious, then the attitude just really gets on my nerves. It only gets worse ever since I joined the literature club. How come? I don't know. I feel like I used to be really good with just putting up with it, because it would be so stupid to cause drama over a joke that I didn't like or something. But I just have a hard time doing that lately. Yeah, I can relate to that. but it's my fault for being overly sensitive. If I have a problem, I'm not gonna demand for everyone around me to change. Yeah. But, yeah, I know. Monica and Sayori don't really agree with that kind of thing. But they're not in my position, so it's easy for them to say that you should just communicate with your feelings or whatever. It's not like my friend group does that kind of thing. I would just be making an embarrassment of myself. Sorry, none of this has anything to do with you. I don't know why I'm talking about it. Getting things off your mind is good, you know? It's okay. I like listening. What? Listen to other people's problems? Yes. That's weird. Sorry. I just like learning about people. Yeah, I do that too, and I would like talk to people and let them vent their problems to me. You know, the good kind of venting, not the sus kind. Do you think it's weird? No, that's not weird. I probably just misunderstood, so... I don't know. Does that mean I should keep going? If you'd like. Okay. Well, I don't know what to talk about now. What are some things that you like about your friends? A lot of things. I mean, they're really fun to hang out with. They go to school and on the weekends. And they really like my baking. Of course they like your food. And it's fun to complain about school together. They made me laugh a lot. And we have a lot of good memories and inside jokes. You know, Natsuki and her friends, they remind me a lot of Ryan and Laurel. Though they're not like as, like, saying like, oh, why do I have a hard time saying that? Why do I have a hard time saying they're not like Natsuki's friends? They say it more of a joking way. Because her friends were saying that Natsuki, like in manga, was childish. Ryan and Laura say that too, but more in a joking way. And they know the boundaries. They always say like they're joking. They always make sure that I know that because they're not trying to hurt my feelings. So. But yeah, they'll make jokes about like what I like and what characters I like. They're like, haha, well, you still like this? Of course you do. And the games I like. But I'm like, haha, you know it. Though Brittany likes to tease also. A lot of times I can't tell if sometimes she's teases, but sometimes she's just throwing shots, throwing shade. Me and her kind of don't get along because of that. I feel like she's a little bit too judgmental. Depending on what it is. Sometimes she's like joking with. Sometimes she can be cool. Oh, I'm bad at a lot of those things too. And so, are those all things that are important to you? Well, kind of. But they're not things I need to get out of everybody. Everyone in the club is different from that. But I'm still friends with them too. Well, Sayori really likes your baking. And she makes you laugh. And she complains a lot. Well, that doesn't mean she's anything like my other friends. Well, unlike them, she's a nice person who cares about your feelings. Excuse me? How about you don't talk about about my friends that you don't know anything about? Natsuki stands up. No, wait! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't want to say something bad. Please don't leave. Aww. Natsuki sighs and shakes her head. It's fine. As long as you understand that you can't judge people like that. I'm sorry. Natsuki sits back down. You can't just compare friends like that, and like, measure who's better than who. Everyone's different. Yeah, I was actually saying that earlier, that, well, Natsuki was doing it earlier. She was like, well, Sayori, you like manga better, right? I'm like, don't make her choose. But while this could also be hypocritical, it could also be her realizing how it feels. And realizing her mistake, probably. I'm sorry. I just don't like people who want to hurt you. Aww. No silent stretches between them. Yeah, that is nice. they don't want to hurt me. We just like to tease each other about stupid things. It's fun. Yeah, that is very nice. That's basically what I just said. Yeah. Yep, that's what me riding on the road do. And before I don't like that. Anyway, I got kind of like a cough. Well, that's why I'm friends with them and you're not. You like it? Just don't worry so much about me. It's not worth it. Aw, I'm sorry. I just wish I knew how to help with social conflict. Like how Monica can. Monica can't. Monica do it like individually, but not when people are like conflicting with each other. Not really. Also, I don't always want help. Sometimes it's just stuff I have to deal with myself. That's what Monica and Sayori never seem to understand. Sometimes all you do is look at them wrong and they're just like, oh, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Anyone know Clockwork, Smile Dog, Eyelash Jack, Jane the Colette, Maxie Hoodie, Laughing Jack, just to name a few of them? Bunch of creepypastas. I feel like Smile Dog sounds familiar. Eyelash Jack and Jane, I imagine Jane's like a girl version of Jeff. Masky Hoodie, Laughing Jack. There's a lot of Jacks. A lot of J's. Jake, Jack. I said Jake. That's James's brother's name. Jack, Jane, Jack, Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. I remember I went to school with someone named Jacob, and my name was John. And someone was like, I think Jacob was saying, he was like, John, Jacob, Jingleheimer Schmidt. But most of them I don't really know. Smile Dog sounds familiar though. I'm Clockwork. I wouldn't even begin to imagine what that is. It reminds me of the anime from Sly Cooper. Nope, never seen that before. What's the other ones? I'm gonna look all these up. I'm interested. Just ever so slightly. Oh, no, I've never seen that. I don't know what. Oh, wait, I think I have seen one of those pictures before, I think. And then Eyeless Jack. Nope, haven't seen that one. What about Laughing Jack? I feel like Laughing Jack would just be... No? Doesn't look like it. And then... Jane. Is that just basically the female version of... no, it doesn't really look like... Maybe it is. And... Masky. Masky. Mask just makes me think of Majora's Mask. Oh, nope, never seen that. And... Hoodie. Hoodie reminds me of 6. I can see why you'd probably like that one. If you do. It look because the hoodie, it's yellow. Interesting. Anyways, let's get back to the game. You don't know about much creepypasta besides Slenderman and Ben drowned. Interesting. Anyway, I just want to mind my own business sometimes, and I'll decide myself if I want to talk about things. Yeah, exactly. So you really shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You're not as bad as you think. Oh, you don't need to reassure me or anything. I mean that. Plus, it makes sense that someone who doesn't talk a lot would make a good listener. True, that's me. That's how I am. Except on stream. Then I'm the one that talks a lot, and you guys are the good listeners. Thank you. Because you guys can't literally talk, except chatting. You're also nice. It's really hard for me. It doesn't come naturally at all. It's so weird because I always thought of myself as someone who could just say whatever's on my mind. Yep. But I feel like that only works when I'm annoyed, or upset, or want to say something mean. Why am I like that? You don't have to answer that. I'm just talking to myself. Yeah, it's a rhetorical question. Yuri nods and remains silent. Natsuki knows her fidgeting with the pages on her book. How come you like reading so much? Oh, well, a lot of reasons. But I just get sucked into it so easily. It's so immersive, like I want to be a part of it. I think there are a lot of things about people in real life that make me feel uncomfortable and frustrated, especially when it comes to following social conventions and group interactions. I just don't really understand it and have no real desire to participate. But it's different with books. It always feels like I want to be around the characters. I feel such a strong emotional connection with them in ways that I've never felt with real people. So in that way, it could sometimes feel more real than real life. Yeah, very relatable. Like, it's that way. I'm sure Natsuki probably feels the same way about her manga characters. Because I feel the same way about anime. Like, I really love ReZero. I just want to be in that world with those characters. That's why I made a little story about it, where that's actually possible. Same with Monica Magica. Because I love that anime so much. And yeah, that's why Ram is best waifu. For me. Gotta be subjective, for me. In my opinion. Really? It's that hard for you to be around people? Like, all the time? Oh yeah, I can relate to that part as well. Fairly often. Especially in group settings. When people are making all kinds of conversation and saying jokes and all of that. I don't know what to do. And I just disengage. I got a cough. Hold on, I'm on mute for this. Alright. But yeah. When I'm at the bar, I don't like talk to people. I don't know how people could just make conversations up and talk about random things. Like, even on stream, I only can, like, talk about what's going on in the game, or if I reference songs, or someone else brings up something. I'm not good at bringing up conversations unless I can relate to something and bring up a story. I guess that's how they do it, but I'm not good at making just, like, small talk. I'm not good at making small talk. Yeah. Though I am good at just saying how you doing. That does start up a conversation if someone is willing to interact and say how they're doing or what they're doing, and if it's some like Genshin Impact, I'm like, oh cool, how you doing in that? Try not to talk so much if it's making you cough. Yeah, I might be talking a bit too fast. Thanks, Mandy. Well then you talk. You talk then. I mean it's stream. I should be talking, but I'll try not to talk as fast or as much. Take breaks when I talk between words or something. I mean I kind of do that already, but maybe a little bit. Anyway, I'm just skip it to the next one so I don't accidentally read that line again. At the bar, I'm always like sitting by myself doing my own thing. So that I can really relate to Yuri being socially awkward like that. But I'm also like Natsuki because I have friends like hers. So I can really relate to all the characters. I can relate to this Yuri with being happy and sad at times. Not currently, but I think the only one I can't relate to. Well, I guess I could relate to Monica when she was talking about it when she was like being in the creepy area. She was talking about things that I could relate to. So the characters are just so relatable. That's why this game's awesome. Though it made the characters relatable on purpose. On purpose. Oh, that doesn't get lonely? I don't think so. I could still enjoy spending time with people one-on-one, and I have online friends too, of course. Yeah, that's how I feel also. Well, besides on stream. Like, but in real life, I would prefer just one-on-one people. Do you ever wish that you could be friends with the characters in your books? Yeah, that's why you love them all? I see now, James, I see. I still love Natsuki best, still. But I do still relate to the rest. Do you ever wish that you could be friends with the characters in your books? All the time. Yeah, same. I would love to be friends with Ram. And Subaru, too. I'd like to try to make it... If I had time powers, I would try to make things less hard for him. So he suffers maybe just a little bit less. And I can relate to him because sometimes I'm suffering also with my life. Not the moment, though. All the time. Sometimes so badly that it makes my heart ache. Aww. Yeah, me too. Same, though. I really wish I could have meet Ram in real life. Just weeb things. Me too. Well, I guess you don't have to be a weeb to be like that, because Yuri's not a weeb. It was a joke. Really? Mm-hmm. A lot. Like, more than anything. I know, right? I would just love to be in an anime world. I would love to make a wish with Kyubey in Madoka Magica to make all these health issues go away. I would love that. I would love that. I think fighting witches would be all the worthwhile. I don't think that could be any worse than how I was feeling at that time. That I was feeling bad. I have to specify that. After Natsuki does that, silence fills the stairwell once more. But it's mutual silence. One full of understanding. Wow, finished that one already. That was the... Yeah, self-love. Self-love. Everyone should love themselves a little more. Hey. Hey, they're back here. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well... yeah. Lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically be meeting Yuri and Estelle much earlier, said it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. That's weird. On my computer, it doesn't show the emote for Meowcha Love. I want to see... What? Huh. Oh well. Anyways. Oh yeah, when I said dodging her friends, I was thinking of... James, remember when I played Ape Escape and Marvel Sunshine, I used to say, dodging the friend zone, and I made a remix of it. I'm like... Meaning, it was a joke, like, I don't get in the friend zone from girls a lot. I don't know. I don't I don't know why I made that joke. It's not like that was true or anything. I'm like dodging the friend zone. Like I don't get why I made that joke. It was just really funny. And it got kind of catchy. Like even now, sometimes I'll just listen to it a lot. I'll just like dodge in the friend zone, dodge in the friend zone, dodge in the friend zone. There's a good ring to it, at least the way I say it. You love that, yeah. Not to get tipsy when you, yeah. Today she's holding a large plastic container in both hands. I ran into my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I hadn't seen them in a while, which I had to come with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured I would share with them too. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of her container. You made cupcakes. You know it. Oh, I would love to have Natsuki's cupcakes. I really wish they would show what they look like. I want to know what they look like. The cat cupcakes. We need to know what they look like. They're probably delicious. I don't care about my health issues. I would totally eat them. As long as they're not made with cheese. Not like the red velvet kind. Red velvet and cheese. Like, cream cheese. Not made with cream cheese. Because I had that and that didn't agree with me. I like the red velvet though. I try to avoid the cream cheese though. It's been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. Aha, yeah, it's about time. Like Crash Bandicoot 4. I just hear words, I'm like, hey, you know what that reminds me of this? Wow. See, that's how I make conversation. I just take things and words that sound like something. I'm like, hey, you know what that reminds me of? It's how I make conversation. It's just me. That's just how I am. You could take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. It's brown with dark green frosting, immaculately scraped into a floral pattern and topped with some kind of glittery powder. Oh, it sounds delicious. How pretty. I just ate, so might not be able to finish it. Are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really think about it. I just made it. I just thought that because green is Monica's favorite color, right? Well, yeah, but that's not really... Yuri takes a small bite. This is green tea flavored. I love green tea. Oh, do you? Sounds yummy. Yeah, I love that Paimon emote. I notice you send that emote a lot. Like, someone will send that emote and then they'll send it back. It reminds me of, like, there's sometimes people have their bot set, their Twitch bot set to, like, if someone puts emotes, Nightbot will spam more of those emotes. And I feel like, James, you're acting like a bot, sending that right after other people send it. That reminds me of, when I was little lady Jessie, she was someone was asking what the time of the stream was. Well, she said, well, I don't have a thing to show the uptime. So I said, how long? I said it was 4 hours and 8 minutes. She's like, oh, Flipnote's the bot now. I'm like, yep, I'll take place for the bot. That was funny. But I think they figured out the command to do that soon after. That was nice. She hasn't streamed for a while. I've been hoping to catch her stream, but she hasn't. Or either that I've missed them, but I don't think so. I saw her in Sion Melody's stream. Like, speaking of that, I wonder. Nah, she's not live anymore. I'm like, if I finish this, maybe I'll raid her. But nope. Blue's still streaming though. I'm surprised. Maybe I'll raid him. It was just a random idea I wanted to try, so... Oh, he's streaming just chatting, that's interesting. That was more of a Monica laugh. Don't laugh at me. I'm not. I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Usually when... Never mind. What does that mean is that I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just wanted to do something nice. And this is something I happen to be good at. And I do know that you like them from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated herself rather generously to Nazi's cupcakes. Ironically, her mouth is too full of cupcake for her to stammer an excuse, so she just settles for a disapproving look. How did you get into baking? Parfait girls. Is that it? Oh, well, I don't know. It just kind of always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got, super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day. Exactly. Like I said. But that's nice. I mean, some shows have got me into doing certain things or certain habits. And certain things that I say, I suppose. But it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like baking is like art. But when you get good at it, it gets more delicious too. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. That's my other favorite part about it. It's something that I could do that makes a lot of other people happy. Like, unconditionally. I know, right? Like, who doesn't like cupcakes? Unless you, literally can't have them. Like me. Though I can have them, depending on what they're made out of. I can mostly have them. Because I had some, and it didn't bother me. Like, I had strawberry cupcakes, they didn't bother me. Yeah, Beatrice. Everyone is always so thankful, and in that moment you get to be like the bringer of joy. I don't know, it just makes me feel... valued? Yeah, I guess that. So you were able to make up with your friends today? There wasn't really anything to make up with them about. We weren't fighting or anything. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. It only turns into a fight if I lose my cool, and that's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. Get a snack at 4 a.m. Hello, that meme kid, 2010. Welcome to the stream. It's actually 12 a.m. here, and I already ate. So it'd be a midnight snack for me, but I already ate a snack. I ate some applesauce and some crackers. And after stream, I'm gonna be eating my dinner because I eat dinner kind of late. I eat dinner after I take my acid reflux pills. But yeah, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Oh, thanks for the follow. I'm playing me some Doki Doki Literature Plus. I'm finishing up the side stories, and this is almost the last one. We're talking about some deep subjects here. Not really deep, but this one isn't really that deep. But it's this is the self-love side story where we talk about loving ourselves in a way. So they're not going to stop. I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are, and I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it, especially since I have somewhere to go now when I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yuri clenches a fist. I'm glad that the situation has resolved. Now you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. Huh. I know that the cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff that you've done for me. I don't know about that. But it's the best I can do. So you can have the rest of them. What? Nah. Nazi grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. There's no way Yuri would take that. I wouldn't take all the cupcakes. I can't eat a bunch of cupcakes. I could probably eat one or two, depending on the size of them. Then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as he protests. Aw. I know. And I like them very much. Exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know that you care about making your other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were making you happy. You make me happy. You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. Exactly. Natsuki isn't just a girl to have around just for cupcakes. That's why they want to spend time with you. No, not the cupcakes. Because they like you. Yeah. I was like, wait. And to be your friend. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. Aww. She pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Aww. Natsuki, I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her eyes. You agree? Yeah. You didn't. I just... Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak through them. I just really hate myself sometimes. And it feels so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult. And I can't think of a single thing about myself that somebody would like. I could think of a lot. And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person. Like to be nice and do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, Sayori and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know, I think a lot about those negative things too. About myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say, and later I felt like I said all the wrong things. I can relate to both of them. And I just spent so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone must hate me too. I need to take a drink. Gotta hydrate. So, I understand some of that through my experience. Yep. And that's why I wanted to write down the letter and express my feelings. It's pained me to see in someone else that I saw myself. Such good sad voicing. Yeah, I'm doing my best. Doing my best. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Aww. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on those things. You like it too, Mandy? Thanks. The desire to improve yourself, that makes you a good person, so don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Yeah, even if you don't like it about yourself, they would like it. Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around. Exactly. And you're not shy. And you know how to make people laugh. And you're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead. And you care a lot about other people. And just a lot of things. Yeah, and a lot of things that you're into is things you like. The things you like are things that are interesting, and the way you talk, and the tsundere trope is pretty funny, and it's cute. And she's cute. That's another thing someone will like. Just because and even if she doesn't like being called cute, that's what she is. She is cute. Mainly because I like girls with pink hair. Or girls that like pink. And dress in pink. That's what I like. Oh. Well, now you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. And don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile. Then she sighs as it fades again. Every time I come here, I think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. I know, right? Is that bad? Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feels like what? Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. I always did that a lot during school. I'm just like, if I'm bored, just listen to the teacher talk, I'll just like mess with the tiles and like, or like in gym, I'll be like sitting down like messing with the, yeah, this thing on the stuff on the floor, with my, yeah. She pauses. Yuri says, okay, what would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy. Yeah, they should be happy if it's making you happy. That's how I feel too, like, I feel like I'm not around my other friends enough, like on Facebook, but I'm happy being on Twitch, and hopefully my friends on Facebook would be happy that I'm doing what makes me happy, being on Twitch, even if I'm not being on Facebook much. But when it comes to things like that, I'm just gonna put a X to doubt. Seems good. Yeah. No, I'm sure. I'm sure they don't mind. You sure they understand? Yeah, of course they understand. Surely they understand. Well, that's just not a fair hypothetical. I don't know if that's the right word. Natsuki says that, but with a little more confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval for others to be happy. And I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused. Because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. Yeah, I know, right? It's making my head hurt. That must make it really difficult to be comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're just wrong for being the person you are. Yeah, I know, right? That's how I feel sometimes with some people. And it's yeah. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Yeah, same people make me feel that way too. Yeah, me and you, James, we're in that same category. Especially certain people. But I won't say, even though I kind of already called her out earlier. I'm gonna take a drink of Pedialyte. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best for me, but I can keep convincing myself out of it. Yeah, like me, I don't want to play pool, but I keep going to play pool anyway because I need to help my mom, because my mom doesn't have reliable people. So I be the reliable one. But I don't want to play pool in Pool League anymore. It's not fun anymore. It's nice being like a high rankers, whatever, but when there's times it makes me not feel good, and because sometimes I get too anxious, or just, I don't know. Especially going out in the cold. I don't want to go out in the cold for pool because a lot of times that's how it is. Because luckily, it's thanks to COVID that wasn't a problem. COVID delayed it until it was like nice out, which is what I liked. But now it's gonna, yeah, I don't like going out in the cold, especially because we don't have a car. Well, my mom does use a car. She uses her boyfriend's car, but we didn't do that a lot last time. But when it was winter and it was pool league. But now I guess we could do that. But she doesn't like driving when she's planning to drink. So she always drinks too much to where she can't drive. I know it's best for me, but I keep my sons out of it. It's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. Yeah. To do what? You know. To end it. With them? Ah, Natsuki nods. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't, until recently. It's just one of the things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. I don't think I could ever end my friendship with certain people. Like, well, except Brittany. Like, because she literally unfriended me, so... like, so much of you has gone into it, so much that it feels like that's just how your life is. And throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. Exactly. It makes me feel sick to think about. Natsuki sighs. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know. A lot of things. Like being alone. Sometimes in your YouTube streams it's just Pennywise and Six fighting. Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I was like saying how when I was saying how I feel about all my friends who come to my streams, like I said, Mandy was really sweet and nice. Purple is James. He's like really cool and carefree, and he's like kind of lewd sometimes also, which is funny. And Aurora's like really nice and kind of quiet but supportive. And you Six, you're like really, you like to do your little roleplay things with you and Pennywise or Monica or Thin Man or Lady, and I think that's funny. And also talking about just things about Little Nightmares, or it's really interesting. It brings up conversation, but I like it. Anyways, like being alone, not having anyone to talk to or to hang out with, not being able to replace what I have with them, and I don't want them to hate me, and I'm scared that they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically? Not physically, but... Yuri clenches her fist. Natsuki. What? If anyone thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. That's how some of my friends are, and that's how my mom is also. If anyone messes with you, the guy, and Ryan, he's like that also. He's like, anyone messes you, they're gonna catch these hands. Even if he like teases me a lot for things I like, he'll stick up for me. And like, yeah. And Laurel too, especially Laurel. Basically, yeah. Nessie snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, I liked that. That's all. Oh, well, I meant it. I know you did. Nessie gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. I mean, you can still share it with the rest of the club. Sayori and Monica, don't leave them out. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. I guess you could always make some for them also. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spreads through her. She holds on to that feeling, knowing that will give her courage. Aww. Oh, it's still going. Ah, you're here first today. Mm-hmm. And you brought reading material. Mm-hmm. Natsuki is sitting at her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga, while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has come to an end. I know, right? Like, it's such a big part of your life, and then one day there's just nothing left. That's how I felt about Dragon Ball Z at the time, and then Dragon Ball Super, and then there's just no... I mean, I guess Dragon Ball Heroes, but I don't know if that ended already. But I wasn't that into that. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Also. The main Yu-Gi-Oh! The first Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess it's not the main one. And plenty of other animes that ended and didn't continue. Yet. A lot of animes I like came out with season 2, like ReZero, and that time I got Reincarnated as Slime, and Shield Hero season 2 is going to come out. I wonder if it's actually started already. But maybe it was like, I know it was coming out in the fall. Maybe it was, or maybe it was like, I don't know, August. Like, it's such a big part of life, yeah. And it makes you feel so empty. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of this series. And that sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know if I'd want it to go on forever. Maybe. But there are some things that I wish I could. I remember talking about this in Luna Stream, how I felt that way about animes. On the other hand, have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. And I compared that to One Piece. I'm not into One Piece, though. I can think of at least one thing I've read that got pretty unbearable like halfway through, and the ending really sucked. I think the longest anime I've watched was, besides Dragon Ball Z, with all the different series as a whole, would probably be Fairy Tail. And I liked it, I really liked it, but it did get kind of repetitive at times. But I think it ended well. So it sucks when something good has to come to an end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. I know, right? I guess it sucks either way. Yeah, too short is bad, too long is bad. I mean, not that the anime's bad, it sucks when it has to come to an end, or if it goes on too long. Well, that's just the nature of all things. They come to an end. Unless you're like One Piece and you continue on forever. The two fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way to their respective reading material. Except Natsuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like, with friends, at the mall, or downtown, or whatever. I'm not a total shut-in, you know? I am. I definitely am. Like, I rarely go out. I at least went out the other day to go shopping because my mom hasn't gotten around to it. Because she has the car, and I would have to walk while she's at work, which is what I had to do. Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people, like you and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time with them like that. Me neither. The most I do is go to Pool League. And even then, it's like, we're like Pool League fans, but not like friends like we'll go hang out in other occasions and stuff. Though James has been wanting to go with me to get sushi, and I still haven't done that yet. I just don't like going out, and I don't want to. I'm really scared of that not agreeing with my stomach. Yeah. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. Board game group? It doesn't matter. It's just more nerdy stuff. Why do you ask, anyway? I was just curious. I realized I just couldn't picture it, so I was just curious. Riri looks at Natsuki and realizes that she's shaking. Don't look at me like that. I'm sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees into her chest and puts her head down. I can't take this. Did I do something? Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over what she may have said or done. Yeah, I'm confused. I did. I ended it. I texted them earlier, telling them. Aww. If they're really like that, really judgmental, about what you're into, and aren't happy for you that you enjoy it, they're not friends worth having. Ryan at least is like Ryan and Laura, like they at least they don't say like that I shouldn't be what I'm into. They say, oh, it's a bit I don't know. And then I just block them because I'm so afraid of their responses. Oh, that's so sad. Now it feels like I'm dying inside. Oh, that's... I'm sorry. Aww. Totally unsure what to do. Yuri can barely find any words of support to offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Nessie's unusually hard breathing fills the air. Then she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help. I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. Oh, that sucks. I feel like that's happened before, but it was because of pills not agreeing with me and I was feeling like I was about to have a seizure. But, yeah, because my leg is like really stiff and like they fell asleep probably. But that was because some pills didn't agree with me. I think it was I don't know what it was. I have experience with this, so I'll help get you through it, okay? Natsuki meekly nods through the rapid breath, her head still buried at her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. Then she puts her hands on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Natsuki nods. Her shaking becomes much more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good and safe place where nothing can hurt you. I'm gonna take a drink. Wow, this has actually been taking longer than I thought it would. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulders, she can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. We'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breath and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuri takes a deep, slow breath. Beneath her hands, she feels Natsuki's shoulders rise as Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. This is nice. I feel like this is really helpful. When I was like getting really anxious and starting to feel kind of sick, Mandy was like trying to calm me down, like during the fireworks. I've talked about this before, but yeah, she didn't really do this though. But she was just like verbally helping me, like talking to me, and like just saying it's okay, don't worry, you know. It was nice, and it eventually helped. It also helped me with like when I was like stood up and recording the fireworks, which I don't think I ever showed my mom that. Though I didn't like I had her be quiet during the recording because I wanted just the fireworks to be heard. But yeah. Plus, she doesn't want to be on video anyway. She doesn't want. She's very camera shy. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you helped. They exhale together, although Natsuki's breath shakes on the way out. That's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more, and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels Natsuki rest more of her weight into Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feelings of your breath going in and out, and the weight of my hands on your shoulders. You're in a safe and comfortable physical space. This is so nice. Minutes pass in silence. By now, the worst of it has passed, but Yuri is determined not to move away until Natsuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Natsuki has lifted her head off her knees and her breathing is mostly steady. Aww. Then she takes a final deep breath and slowly puts herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. She stretches her arms. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologize. This must be enormously stressful for you. Is that gonna keep happening? It may, or it may not. We could take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time. Natsuki motions to sit back down again so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty floor, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off the cover. I don't think that I could have gotten through that alone. Yeah, same here, Mandy. You're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks to her own lap. From now on, you don't need to have to do anything alone. As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to speak so openly about her thoughts. But something about Natsuki, of all people, makes it feel so much natural for her to do so. I was looking at the emoji, Mandy. So adorable. Because, like Yuri, Natsuki is so timid and uncertain of herself. Because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted. Same to you? Same to me what? Same to me that it's adorable? That are you calling me adorable? That I don't have to deal with things alone? Oh, yeah, I know. That's so sweet, Mandy. I'm gonna take a drink of Pedialyte. Aw, I know, right? Anyway. I'm sorry when I talk close into the mic, but that's just me moving forward to get comfortable. But yeah, Yardle, I'm not cute. No. Trying to be like Natsuki. Thanks, Mandy. And because of that, you're able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted, demonstrating that you deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you could begin to tumultuous journey of learning to love yourself. Yeah, so you can love yourself again. Aww, this is the picture that I was thinking of before. I thought it was Monica, but it is Natsuki. This is so adorable. Do you really mean that? You're probably gonna regret saying that if you do. I don't think so. How so? Because I'm probably gonna have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. Yeah, that is so cute. Again, it's not showing the emote. James, I wonder if your sub ran out. But you're still for some reason able to use it. Or maybe, I don't know. That's just weird. Because I know your sub's gonna run out soon, because mine to Blue's gonna run out soon, too. I don't know. Try to send the others. Because it's a little weird. It works when Mandy does it, but I gave hers a little later. But yeah, this scene is so sweet. Sorry that I'm kind of interrupting it with dealing with this. Yeah, none of them are showing up for me. Are they showing up for you? Or anyone else? Like, are they showing up as emotes? They're not showing up? Not for me? Then maybe your sub right out, James, and your Twitch app, if you're on phone, it probably hasn't realized that you've lost it. So use them up while you can. Though it's not showing up on stream, so it's only working for you. I mean, technically on the video stream, none of them show up, but that's another thing. Anyway, let's get back to the thing. We'll have to see if Miyachi goes live. See if you're still subbed. All right. Yeah. So, what? What do you mean check the others? Oh, the other emotes. Yeah, those are from different people, that's why. Your sub for them hasn't ran out yet. The blue one's probably about to, because mine's about to. Why'd you think those ones won't work? Just in case? Aw, alright. Anyways, I'm getting back to the story now. I'm probably gonna have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. So you're probably giving me permission to be as annoying as I want to drag you around to a lot of places. I see. But you already said it, so you can't take it back now. Ah. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. Mm-hmm. I know a good ice cream place. Aww. Oh? That means you'll finally figure out my favorite ice cream flavor. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? The first day that you came to the club, you guessed everyone's favorite ice cream flavor, but for me, you said you had no idea. Seriously? I don't remember that at all. I do. Oh wait, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Is green tea seriously an ice cream flavor? Sorry, that doesn't sound good at all. Anyways. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess, but my favorite is usually chocolate and raspberry together. Ew, that don't sound good at all. I'm just like, ew. I mean, not for me. Chocolate and raspberry? How fancy. Oh, thanks, Mr. Anime Guy, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. For once, I've been actually looking at the activity feed for once, because it doesn't show up on, I don't have like a notification, but how you doing? If you don't mind, you can lurk if you want. I don't mind lurkers. Lurkers are cool too. I sometimes lurk. How is that fancy? Yeah, how is that fancy? Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that. That's not fancy at all. That's just like... fancy is like... green tea is more fancy. Maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. That don't sound good at all. Hey, strawberry is my favorite. Slurping. Yep. Gotta love the lurkers. Match a small dog is real? I don't know the backstory of that, so I have no idea. I feel like it's not much different than any other dog. It doesn't look any different than any other dog. It just looks like a picture that's taken in the dark. But what a coincidence. Wait, hey, isn't strawberry your favorite, Mandy? Well, I don't know about ice cream. Is strawberry your favorite ice cream? My favorite ice cream is chocolate. I always get chocolate ice cream and I would eat the cone. I said that already before. Yeah, it is. I thought so. I like chocolate also with I like Cocoa Pebbles, but I haven't had Cocoa Pebbles in a while. It's not good for me to have chocolate. Though I usually I have used chocolate almond milk to make Rice Krispies into Cocoa Krispies. Basically. You like chocolate and vanilla? Chocolate is good? Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't be able to have it now. I would probably wouldn't agree with my stomach. I think it helps us to have something to look forward to. And I look forward to every new stream, every new day. I still have this sick feeling in my stomach, aww. But it's easier now to convince myself that I did the right thing. Yeah. Is there anything better that I could be doing? Not that I know of. There's nothing that would make this easy for me. Yeah, dropping some toxic friends is definitely hard. I know that feeling. I know how it feels to drop toxic people. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, you never talked about the letter you wrote. But I feel like we're way past that at this point. I don't even know what to talk about. Except I think it helped me understand my needs a little bit better. The way I like to be treated. And the kind of friends I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place. Even though I was so scared of causing more problems. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially. Oh, well, not exactly. Oh, what do you mean? Nothing. Oh. I may have tracked you down first. With the help of Siori. But you said... I was shy, okay? That's adorable. Yeah, it's so adorable. I wasn't ready to whatever, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to admit it. Well, I guess I'm glad you worked up to courage. Even if it was in your own way. I could tell that you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave, and I'll make things better in the long run. It will make things better. I think anyone would be proud of you for it. Anyone? You mean, like you? Yes. Like me. You know, I could get used to this. As long as you don't tease me too much. Wait, did you already say that? If the stream could go faster. If the playback could go faster, it's stuck on the screen. On her saying fine. Oh, that means I missed it. Damn it. Oh well. Just a little then. That's fine. Usually there's a stream delay on my laptop. There's less of stream delay when I'm doing it on the phone though. Looking on the phone. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now. But I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. It feels nice to be reassured. I know, right? The two girls continue the conversation through the remainder of lunch. But a new feeling hangs in the air, a feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours, there will be another Literature Club meeting, where the 4 club members will happily spend their time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next, Yuri thinks to herself. Since she's about to finish her long-running series, it would be best to have a new book lined up. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the bookstore. Together. Alright, done with that one, and there's just one more thing. Equals. Hopefully this doesn't last too long, because it's getting a little bit late, and it might get a bit noisy in the background. So, I stopped watching Lunar stream at this point, so this is all new to me. Okay, everyone. We're gonna be taking a break from the usual activities today. I was thinking, since people are starting to get to talk about the festival, it's a good time for us to go about the general direction of the club and all that. I think it'll help us figure out what to do for the festival, you know? Ooh, I wonder if we're getting close to when they end up meeting the main character. They probably won't show that in this, but it'll probably end up being the day before. Because I thought that one scene before was that, but no. Oh, Siri and I already came up with a really good plan. Okay, well, if that's true, then this isn't really... Natsuki wasn't even a good with idea of the festival. It's kind of messing with the canon. Really? For the festival? Yeah, so the plan is this, okay? You and Yuri collect information ahead of time of which clubs and classes are doing food booths. Then Matt take them at the place and plan the most efficient ones so we can get the most out of them before the line gets too long. Hey, that has nothing to do with the club. Well, you have to let me finish. Alright, fine. Go ahead. Right, so basically we're gonna get all the food we can, then we come back here and we all eat together. That's all. Wow, I got tricked twice by the same joke. Sayori. Oh, Sayori. Hey, don't be fooled. Oh, damn it. Wait, maybe if I... You can come up with something. Damn it, I missed it. Look, even Yuri was thinking about it. No, I wasn't. I would really prefer to do something literature related. We could eat together anytime. The festival is a unique opportunity. Besides, it's been quite a while since we've seen any new interest in the club. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We really get a shot at showing people what the literature club is all about. I'll tell you what, we can do both, right? We'll make time for your food mission and still put together a public event. Oh my gosh, yes! I was just joking, but that's a really good idea. Well, I'm glad it's settled. I think that the question is how to come up with an event that demonstrates everything we can get out of the literature club. Try and tell if the sound is a little... I think it's fine. Well, that's kind of tough, because everyone gets something different out of the club. Okay, how about this? Let's go around and have each of us talk about what we've gotten out of the club so far. That could really help us figure out what kind of reputation we want to build. Yeah! That's too embarrassing. No, the music is a bit loud. I don't know, maybe it's just my end. Nah, I turned it down for myself. Can you... I'll turn it back up. Nice if there's something in between. Aw, but you have so much to talk about. That's exactly why. And I'm sure Natsuki feels the same way. Well, maybe I didn't plan on arguing it against or anything. I mean, it's a literature club. We talk about that stuff later, or together, right? The only way to get more comfortable with it is to suck up and do it. Oh, you're not wrong. I'm sorry for being resistant. I'm not good at... It's not good to say suck it up because it sounds like their feelings don't matter. Right, my bad. It's just a habit I need to break. Well, anyways, who's gonna start? I'll start. I was the first to join, after all. Wouldn't that be me? No, I want to go first. Aw. I gotta change my sitting posture. Sitting like that is hurting my butt. Getting a little butt hurt, but not like that. Not like salty butt hurt. Not any other way either. And I want to go first. Fine. You can start. I don't mind. No. Definitely this sounds too loud. Yay! So, gosh, it feels so long ago. I think I joined because I wanted to have fun sharing poems with people. It seemed like it would be a safe way to express myself, you know? Like if it's just a poem, then I could share it with feelings like I'm burdening everyone with my problems. And I thought it would be a really good way to get to know other people too. So yeah, I was really surprised when I walked in and it was just Monica. Just Monica. But I need to give me some more Pedialyte actually, I'm thirsty. So, BRB. Alright, I'm back. I also took my pills. My omeprazole and my metoclopramide, the acid reflux pills. And hopefully I can finish this within a half hour or less, so I can eat afterwards. And yeah, yes, Monica. Physical cover is awful while sitting, definitely. Especially if you sit way too long. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yep. So yeah, I was really surprised when you walked in. It was just Monica, and she was sleeping. Don't remind me of that. Oh gosh. Yeah, but it seemed like so much fun to help start a new club. Especially since writing helped me so much. I wanted to see it help other people too. But it ended up being me who was inspired, because I remember feeling like Monica was just so sweet and mature that I could just trust her with anything. It made me feel a lot less alone, having someone who knew even the bad things about me. And at that point, I knew the Literature Club was going to be a special place for a lot of people. Yeah, I felt the same way. It really helped give the club members a more cohesive vision. Yeah, and then Yuri joined, but she was so different from us, and Natsuki too. I think, for Yuri, it really helped for me to take the lead before she was able to open up a little. But Natsuki was kind of the opposite, where she wasn't ready to get really close to someone really quickly. I never really thought about that sort of thing. I really feel like I've gotten better at understanding people's different needs. And that makes me really happy, because my friends are just that much more important thing to me. And whatever new members we may get, I want to help them in those ways too. I don't know if I would continue coming to the club if it weren't for you. Really? Mm-hmm. I know it wasn't too long ago, but it hurts to think about my behavior back then. I was really short-sighted. The only reason I came was to find others who were into fantasy. I suppose that was my idea of making friends with people. And I remember feeling uncomfortable because you and I have such different energy. I had such a specific idea of the kind of person I could be friends with. So when Sayori tried so hard to get to know me, I felt like I was just wasting her time. I think I was naive to assume that similar interests were the key component of friendship. Yeah, exactly. Sayori and I were able to be friends because she always thinks about the needs of other people. That's something I never knew how to do, or even thought to do. But I stayed in the club, thanks to that, and I started to try as hard as I could to understand better people. You really went above and beyond when it came to that. I was just super impressed. Oh, you're funny. No, no OnlyFans here. But welcome 57 Ducks to the stream. And trust me, you won't want to see me having OnlyFans. I'm not. For one, I'm yeah. I don't have any, like, things. I don't have any links. I don't have any. I don't have any commands. I'm still kind of a new streamer. That's why. Not gonna have anything to any anime things either. I don't think anyone has anything to like OnlyFans or like. I assume that means hentai anime. But I don't know. Well, I always hated that I didn't know how to behave like a person who is easily liked by others, like the two of you can. I got distracted by a notification I saw. And because of that, I spent so much time thinking about my own behavior and there's not going to be anything there. Yeah, I'm just thinking, also, I'm not sure how to respond. What is that? It's a funny llama. Fort llama. Never seen that emote before. James, don't. You. Those emotes. Anyways. And because of that, I spent so much time thinking about my own behavior and all the wrong things I said. But the whole time, I should have been thinking about other people instead, not myself. Once I started doing that, I was able to make friends with everyone else. Oh, also, I discovered that sometimes I'm a better communicator when I take the time to write, rather than speak. It's so strange the way things turned out, and so far differently from anything I ever would have expected. But I'm happy. I suppose we don't always know what we really want, what we really need. Oh my gosh, you're so cute, I'm going to, no. Okay, please don't do that, Sayori. Besides, I'm not cute. Hey, is that my line? I know, right? Well, for me, it's actually true, so... what are you saying? I mean, you're cute, Nazi. Yeah. Nothing. I finished my part, so somebody else takes their turn. Yeah. My heart. Oh. Sayori, take some deep breaths. Okay, fine, I'll go. Here, I can't believe you were complaining about doing this and still went before me. What a show-off. Aren't they're both so cute. Personally, I like Natsuki better, of course, but... Then again, I thought you was talking about Sayori, but I realized you meant Yuri. I was just following up on Sayori. It was the easiest way to get it over with. And that's what I like to do. I like to follow up on what people say. Jeez, following up. I sound like, what's-her-face, the press secretary for Joe Biden. Always following back up. Follow back, or whatever, follow up. Circle back. No, she says circle back. Which is basically what follow up. Besides, you left out the most important thing you got out of this club. I did? Yeah, a regular supply of your favorite cupcakes. Oh no, I forgot that too. Oh, I'm a traitor to the cupcake queen. Yeah, Natsuki is the cupcake queen. She knows the way of the cupcakes. Neither of you are forgiven. Oh, that's hilarious. Looks like only Monica will be getting cupcakes next time. No! I can't eat that many cupcakes. That's hilarious. Yeah, true. Only Yuri can. Hey! I wonder if she ate that whole cupcake. The whole cupcake box that Natsuki gave her. Well, anyway, I'm just putting off talking. It's kind of hard to talk about this stuff. But I guess what it comes down to it is that I'm in a much better place mentally than I was when I first joined. And that's because everyone helped me realize that I had some really toxic friendships going on outside the club. It was honestly a really painful thing to go through, having to cut them out. It still hurts to think about. I'm sorry, Natsuki. It's fine. I knew it was for the best, and I was right. Yeah, definitely. I guess it's for me, it's all about feelings. I was only ever ridiculed for having feelings, so I thought the right thing to do was to just ignore them. It took me a really long time to realize that it's not really how things are supposed to work. And I guess that's thanks to everyone who took the time to respect my feelings, even though it was to be like the biggest jerk. I'm really sorry for being such a jerk to everyone. I was really the worst. Aw, Natsuki. We love you, Natsuki. I just hate that I was like that. Everyone did so much for me, and I can never do anything in return. That's not true. Natsuki, you've done a lot more than you think. This club really wouldn't have been the same without you. I mean that. Remember how judgmental I was when you first showed up? It was like I couldn't accept anything other than my own idea of what a literature club was supposed to be like. Apparently, that was more important to me than an opportunity to bring you some happiness. You really taught me that anything that makes someone happy is worthy of respect. You even inspired me to start playing piano. That's something that means a lot to me. A whole lot to me. So there's no need to put yourself down. Okay. Natsuki wipes her eyes. You helped me a lot too. It's so much fun to have you around. And you helped me become a better person. Having a problem doesn't mean make you needy or inconvenient. It means that there's something that needs to be better for you, and you always deserve that. I agree. Yeah, me too. Seeing us have some of the same struggles made me a better person as well. I wouldn't want to change anything about our time here. Me neither. This is good. All these streams I'm doing, they're so good. They're so wholesome. Like, not just the Doki one. Meaning, I mean, playing this game is really nice. but all the streams and all the times, are all great. I don't think any of us would. I'm sorry that I got all dramatic again. It's alright. That's all I wanted to say, so Monica can go now. There's no need to apologize. It's something that I wanted to talk about anyway, because it made a big difference to me. I was always such a strict perfectionist who never took enough time to believe in the best of other people. But everyone kept proving me wrong. I made the mistake multiple times thinking that my way was the best for everyone. Or think that I was needed to solve other people's problems. Yeah. But I think being a leader means that I know, right? I love the time we have here. Here. But I think being a leader means that you have to acknowledge that you're not perfect, and that the best thing you can do is help guide people, rather than do everything for them. We're all good people. We're all equals. Haha, equals. That's the name of this side story. I think that's the most important thing I've gotten out of the club, realizing what that really meant. Shiori, what are you doing? I just thought we should be writing some of the things that we should be writing some of these things down. Things about the club that are valuable to us. With a piece of chalk in her hand, Shiori writes the word trust on the chalkboard. This is because you showed me that I could trust you with everything about me, not just my good side. Suddenly Yuri takes a piece of chalk as well. She writes understanding. I owe a lot of gratitude to everyone who took the time to understand me, even if though it was so difficult for me to express myself. So it's basically writing down the words for each of the side stories. I love it. In that case, Monica takes a piece of chalk as well and writes the word respect. I always thought I was a respectful person, but it took for the club for me to realize that there was more than I thought, and I'm a better person because of it. I have another one. Shiori writes balance. Sometimes people want different things of a friendship, or they need time before they're ready to become close. So it's important to keep things balanced between you and the other person. Exactly. That reminds me. Yuri writes reflection. I've always been a reflective person, but most of it has been nothing more than hating myself for all the things I thought I did wrong. Once I started reflecting on other people, and not just myself, a lot of things changed for me. So I think that that's the most important one for me. That's great! We have a whole list of things now. Suddenly, everyone turns to look at Natsuki, who hasn't done anything yet. Well, everyone took all the chalk. Don't look at me like that, jeez. You could have just asked. Monica hands her piece of chalk to Natsuki. Then Natsuki sighs and writes, self-love. Self-love, in my opinion, that's the most important one. I mean, they're all important, but self-love is very important. You always gotta love yourself. Just to love yourself. I think that's a song by Justin Bieber, and I don't really like that song, but it does have a kind of a good message. At least I think that's by him, or if that's a song. Then that's the... I don't know how far I've gotten with it yet, but it feels like things are at least on the right track. So, that's my contribution. Yep, loving yourself is good. It's a very important one. Without that one, the others don't work as well. Exactly, it's like the most important one. Probably, definitely the most important one. Because if you don't love yourself, then you can't understand, you can't find respect, you can't understand, you can't really reflect if you don't... Yeah. Together, everyone stares at the words on the board. Wasn't this the club supposed to be about literature? It is! We still do a lot of literature. Friendship and literature. Yeah, you're right. I mean, learning about what these different words, I think that has to do with literature. Natsuki and Yuri gently nod as well. Hey, let's all take a picture together. We won't have one yet, right? Hey, you're right. Make sure you send it to me after. Wait, can I brush my hair first or something? Oh, you're fine. You already have the best hair out of all of us. I kind of agree in a way, because I do like long hair usually, but I like Natsuki's short hair. It's pretty cute. Monika's hair is pretty cool also. I usually like not long hair. Everyone get together. I can't fit you all in. Okay. Okay, everyone ready? And click. Oh. What's the picture gonna be? Oh, I thought it was gonna show like a picture. I'm really glad we talked about this stuff. I guess the picture is just those four on this screen. It's easy to forget how far we've gone with only 4 members. I figured that they was gonna have the picture be the end, which I was kind of hoping for it'd be go by quick. Yeah, I have so many happy thoughts right now. I'm getting some really good inspiration for a poem. You know, I feel the same way. I kind of want to get some writing done. Me too. I think I would like that as well. Natsuki? Everyone's looking at me again. I even said Natsuki. I'll do it too, but I might not feel like sharing it. That's okay. The 5 members of the Literature Club disperse and return to their desk, each equipping themselves with a pen. Natsuki and Yuri give each other a quick glance, then start writing immediately. Suri stretches, then does the same. But Monika is tapping her left pen against paper, unsure of what to start. Just move your hand, Monika mouths to herself. Ah, great. Right the way into your heart. Ah, geez. Her mind full of thoughts and memories and inspiration, Monika navigates past her mental barriers and begins to write. It doesn't matter what, just add something new. Ah, jeez. It darkening like that is a little creepy. Come on, I want this to end so I can hurry up and finish. Wait, I think it is about to finish. This looks like it's at the end. Hold on. It is the end! Oh, nice! Perfect timing! Nice. That was so great. But, it sucks that it's like as soon as somebody comes in, I'm like trying to... This is so nice. I loved it. I could have turned the volume up, because now it's like really quiet. But if I could, I don't want to press anything because I don't want to skip it. But yes, Serenity Forge, and yeah, they did a great job. All these nice pictures, wholesome pictures. These subtitles are so nice. I agree, very wholesome. I don't even know. Yeah, but very, very nice. Natsuki. Oh, I only showed her there. I didn't show Monika. I think the Natsuki ones are the cutest, because I like her best. Because I normally like short girls. That's another thing I like about Natsuki. Because I'm short, also, so I naturally like girls shorter than me. And not like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're probably all shorter than me, but I don't like them. Yuri might be taller, but yeah. And there's the last one. I thought that it was gonna have one with all of them in it. Hopefully it'll show it after this. Show all of them together, please. I mean, come on. Made with Love by Team Salvato. And Serenity Forge. Oh yes, Team Salvato is the main one. Serenity Forge. There's the picture. Oh, so cute. 5'5" is borderline. Borderline short, yeah. Trophy on Friendship and Literature. Yeah, I'm like 5'4", almost 5'5". So if you're, I think you once said that you was 5'5", so you might just be a little bit taller than me. Mandy is just barely shorter than me. James is like 5'11" though. So, right in the middle of tall and short. Yeah, that's about average. Yep. Or at least a little, slightly. I feel like 5'8" is more like average height. But to me, that's pretty tall. But, I'm gonna end stream now and find somebody to raid. Let's see. Let me look to see what Meowcha is playing. She's just chatting right now. But I might not raid her. I might raid somebody else, because I've raided her twice already. Yeah, she's just watching random things. I feel like, to keep with the cute anime vibes, I feel like Genshin Impact would be a better game. And one of the people I'm following is streaming that. But that's the end of the stream. You enjoyed it and it was super nice? Yeah. Thanks, Mandy. Good stream. Have a good night. I'm off to sleep. Alright. You enjoyed as always? Thanks. Thanks everyone for coming, and thanks that meme kid and Mr. Anime for the follows. If you guys are still here, probably not though. But I'm gonna raid Corpse Chan. That I think James probably met her, but oh jeez, I said I'm gonna raid and everyone just leaves. Well, I guess you guys want to sleep, but oh well. But though Twitch is kind of weird, I feel like there's actually still all of you here, but it says there's only 2, but there's still 3 of you here, and plus me. Oh my god. So I'm gonna raid Corpse Chan. She's like a anime girl version of Corpse, and she's super cute and nice. She's playing Genshin Impact. I'm gonna do that. So thanks everyone for coming. Bye bye.